If you are up to 21 years old and you never spoke in tongues straight for 6 hours, your life is a joke. It's a joke.
I guess we that have passed the age of 21 and those people who are in front already and you have not spoken in tongues for 6 hours straight, we are all in trouble. Let's come together and discuss how to come out from this trouble. Tongue, in the Greek language, glossai, which means the language of a people or of a nation, was used in the biblical context at that time to preach to those people who want to come to Jesus Christ that do not understand the common language of that world at that time, which was Greek and Hebrew. So God gave these disciples, these apostles, this gift of speaking in tongues, speaking in different languages, so that these people also can hear the gospel, believe the gospel, and come to Jesus Christ after they have been baptized. So, the purpose of tongue was for people who do not understand the common language to also benefit from the gospel. For example, in Acts chapter 2, the day of Pentecost, 16 nations were present in Jerusalem, and the apostles spoke in tongues, and these people confessed that they could hear them in their own languages. In their own tongues, they could hear these apostles from Galilee speaking in their own languages. So that day, the gospel was preached, and these people heard it in their own tongue, in their own language, even as the word means. And that day, 3,000 people gave their life to Christ. And in the Bible, there is nowhere where people spoke in tongues to pray. That's the truth. In the New Testament, nobody spoke in tongues to pray. The purpose of those tongues given to them was to be able to propagate the gospel, was for the gospel to be preached to those people who do not understand the common language at that time, like I said earlier, Greek and Hebrew. So the purpose of tongue was not for prayer, it was for the gospel to be preached. And the gospel, according to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, 1-3, tells us that the gospel is the life of Christ, the death, the burial, and the resurrection. So that was the purpose of tongues, not if you have not spoken in tongues today for 6 hours, 10 hours, or 20 hours, or if you have not prayed in tongue, you are wasting your time. There is nothing like that in the scripture. The purpose of tongue was for the gospel to be preached, not for prayer. The Bible, we were made to understand that speaking in tongues, those languages were for unbelievers so that they can hear the gospel and become a believer. In 1 Corinthians chapter 14, reading from verse 23 downward, Apostle Paul made the brethren at Corinth to understand that tongues are for unbelievers, not for believers. And he went further to set an order. He said if they are speaking in tongues, there should be at least 2 or 3, and there must be an interpreter. That if there is no interpreter, let the whole church keep quiet. He went further to say that if an unbeliever walking by came into the church and he see everybody speaking in tongues, will you not say that you are mad? Truly, that is what we see today walking about. You see people shouting upon their voice, all in the name of tongue and praying in tongue. Truly, will you not say that they are mad indeed? Because in the Bible, nobody prayed in tongue. The purpose of tongue was for people to hear the gospel who do not understand the common language of men at that time. So the gift was given to them so that they will be able to communicate, and these people could understand and believe in Jesus Christ. So according to the Bible, 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 23, tongues are for unbelievers. So if you are speaking in tongues today, who are you? If you go ahead today kabashing what you do not understand and what nobody understands, you are just wasting your time. In the Bible, tongue was a language that people could speak so that they could hear the gospel. So, I will urge you to read the whole of Acts chapter 2, and for you to also read the whole of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, so that you'll be able to comprehend what it means to speak in tongues and what tongues mean, so that you will stop following these so-called men of God who think they know what they don't know. Indeed, they know nothing, because they will never know anything if they will not submit to read the Bible and come to the understanding of it.